Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to bake today is old-fashioned sugar cookies. This particular cookie is traditionally made very large, almost a saucer size, but of course you can make them whatever size that you want. In a large bowl, we're going to start creaming butter, and we're going to be using 1½ sticks of butter that's been at room temperature. And I'm going to be using my hand mixer. It might be a little easier for you using your stand-up. That's entirely up to you. Once you start breaking up that butter, we're going to be putting in vanilla. I'm going to put 1½ teaspoons of vanilla into the butter, and I'm just going to beat that on high speed. Now I'm going to start slowly adding granulated sugar, and you're going to need 1½ cups of granulated sugar. And just beat it till it's all combined in your bowl. Now these sugar cookies, a lot of times people think they only make them or should make them at Christmas, but they really are a great tasting cookie that you can bake them and make them for all occasions all year long. Now once you've got that all combined together, you're going to add 2 eggs. I'm going to do one at a time, and they've also been at room temperature. And then again, just cream everything together till it's all combined. There's the second egg going in. And then just beat that on high till it's smooth and it all comes together. The next thing we're going to do is put in milk, and it's going to be 1 tablespoon of milk. And then just beat that in on high. And that shouldn't take you very long. Now I'm just going to clean the sides of my bowl and get to that bottom, and I'll show you what we have so far. And it'll look like this. Okay? Now setting that aside just for the moment, we're going to get our dry ingredients together. And in another bowl, I have 3 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to be putting in 2½ teaspoons of baking powder into that. And I'm also going to be putting in just a little less than ½ teaspoon of salt. Just a scant less of 1/2 teaspoon. And then I'm just going to mix the dry ingredients together with my spoon. And then I'm going to alternate it, of course, into my batter or wet dough, a little at a time. And this one you really don't want to beat too long. You just want it to combine, because you don't want the dough to become tough. You don't want the cookie to lose its nice moist texture to the sugar cookie. I have another sugar cookie also on my channel if you want to check out that. It's slightly a little bit different dough, but also is a great tasting sugar cookie for all occasions. Now I'm going to put a little bit more of my flour in, my dry ingredients, and beat it in. And this is where you start to see using probably the stand-up would be your preference to making this cookie dough. And again, I don't want to beat it for too long, but I do want to get it combined. Okay. setting that aside. Just bring it all together. Okay. Now once you do that, this particular batter will have to be chilled, and it should be chilled for at least 3 hours or overnight. If you don't want to bake it the cookies that day. And what I generally do is, once I combine this all together, I divide it into half so that I get 2 like cookie loaves. And I'll just get this off my spatula. And then I just form it into a rectangle with my wax paper, or you can, you know, use a little oiled saran wrap. And then I just wrap this up and I put it in the refrigerator for at least 3 hours or overnight. Now, once they come out, you'll get, you know, two of them. Now, making the large saucer cookies, I get about 20 cookies out of it. Of course, you want to make yours smaller, you're going to get a lot more out of this recipe. I have some dough that's already been made, and it was already chilled. When you do take it out of the refrigerator, though, let it just warm up a little bit on your countertop, because it's really hard to work with cookie dough if it's too cold coming out of the refrigerator. And then on your countertop or board, whatever you're using, just dust some flour on that. And I'm just going to take a piece of the dough, and I don't know whether or not you're going to be able to see it or not, but it's a really nice pliable dough, very easy to work with. So I'm just going to form it a little bit here, and then I'm just going to roll it out. Now, when you're rolling it out, for the saucer cookies, I make them about a 1/2 inch thick, and I bake them at 400 degrees, and they take usually about 10 to 12 minutes. So I'm just going to do one cookie here to show you so I can move it along. Now you can use whatever various cookie cutters you have, or shapes, sizes. I tend to like using this glass because it just gives me a perfect 4-inch cookie. And I'm just going to quickly show you how pretty it comes out. So you'll have a nice cookie like this come out, and you want to place them about 2 or 2.5 inches apart, especially if they're larger. You're going to put them on a cookie sheet. It'll be ungreased. You don't have to grease it or spray or oil it at all. And then, of course, traditionally, I like to just take a little bit of egg white with a little bit of water on it. I have a little bit too much on that cookie, so I'm just going to quickly take a little of that off. I don't want that much egg white. And then just put whatever colored sugars that you have or that you prefer, or jimmies, different colored jimmies for any occasion. I like to use this recipe not only for Christmas, for Halloween cookies, Valentine cookies, that type of thing. It's a great little recipe for sugar cookies, and it's relatively pretty easy to make. So there you have it, old-fashioned sugar cookies. You can bake them within 3 hours, or you can put it in your fridge overnight and use it and bake it then. I have some to show you. I just want to rinse my hands real quick. I don't like touching baked things when you've touched eggs, raw eggs. And this is how they're going to come out. This particular cookie, like I said, will come out about 4 inches or so. And a nice light golden brown on the bottom. You can put the jimmies, as I said, or your colored sugar or that type of thing. And when you break into them, break into a cookie, they'll be crisp, but yet they'll be a moist, semi-chewy cookie. So what a nice cookie, especially around the holidays or any occasion really. I hope you like this recipe, and if you do, I'd like to hear from you. And as always, thanks for watching, and please subscribe.